What is up, everybody? Rajay back in the house to do another reaction. And thank you all that have been hanging in on the channel. I know it's been a while since I've actually done a reaction here, so trying to get back into it. Things have just been a little crazy. I have to give a shout out to Mike, who actually asked for me to check out Marlon Craft and State of the Union Part 2. I'm going to do that reaction here in a second, but it's just been me trying to find footing to be able to get back and get this channel rolling. Some of the channel is not dead. I am planning to do more stuff with it, so thank you all again for hanging in. Thank you, Mike, for the donation there. I know it's been a few months since you had done that, but I just actually saw it. For some reason, it wasn't coming through on some of the other things I use for social media, but definitely want to get that in for you there. Let's go ahead and get into State of the Union Part 2 from Marlon Craft. Can I get that vibe going from the upside down flag, which is a sign in America as being under distress. Whenever you see an upside down flag, that's what it kind of started out with. I know people started doing that kind of stuff with the January 6th thing, but initially that's what it stood for in the use of an upside down flag. It was to basically say things are under distress.
They say don't throw stones if you live in a glass home, but America is Ritten's house. Tommy Ritten's house and rebuilt from the bone. Destruction's irredeemable. Try and stay away from the thought that it's undefeatable.
Kind of like that little reference there, the Kyle Rittenhouse type situation as far as what he was playing off of that one there. And you look at how some things are actually done. A lot of people, you could say on the right, that are jumping up now saying about stuff, but yet when Kyle Rittenhouse did some things, they were kind of like not saying anything. It's interesting little play there that you did there, Marlon. I like that.
Yeah, because that's what evil do. Choke you to the point where shit's so bad it don't seem real to you. Create the pain and profit from misrelievers. The pills, violence, the pursuit of money and achievement. Ain't a heaven and hell, God, but like to think that there be consequences when you make all of your money off of demons. But it seem in this land, that's what gets the most applause. Manipulating each other just to get the most applause.
Historically, if you do look back, I mean, there was the idea of playing people against each other, so I like that little flaws line in there as well. And that is something you consistently see through a lot of the media outlets.
Our empathy rarely extend beyond what we can see. On that, it ain't real if it ain't happened to me. If passion could breathe, it be in the ICU. Let's live somewhere where all the hospital beds was used. Asked them about a vaccine, they said my body, my choice. In Texas outlawed all women's rights. Ain't dudes looking like somebody body they voice. Son, I ain't hear a peep. Every time the wolves come around, I ain't hear a sheep. And every so-called progressive treat Democratic presidencies like 8 years of sleep. I'm just saying shit's weak. It's like this shit is just a movie. Once you're good, gotta win. But he get in, couldn't name the good your good got undid. They say you know who someone really is, you get them near the edge. Well, look at our border, you'll find our country's soul there. Look around at people determined to keep control where they ain't never even had it in a place that's never known fair. Body cam, service proof of the audacity. Mass shooting casualties accepted mad casually. Civilian deaths don't matter at home or abroad. So between us and the machines, who the drones really are.
Wow. Pretty good perspective on various things. Big fan of Marlon Craft. I like his breaking down of some of the things and how he kind of brings everything forward and how he actually writes the rhymes that he's actually putting out there. But you take a look at some of that stuff there, not just Texas, but a lot of the states losing the voice for a lot of the women out there. You look at some of the border type stuff. You look at some of the civilian lives that are being lost from different spots. I mean, he hits on a lot of good, valid stuff here. He makes that awareness. And that's what, for me, back in the day, what hip-hop was in kind of the heyday, going through the late 80s, early 90s, it was about starting to make that awareness before it got taken over by the commercial type aspects of stuff, right? So Marlon is bringing a nice feel back to that where, in my mind, the hip-hop that I enjoy, it makes you think and it makes you realize. It's like a good comedian doing a stand-up act, right? A good comedian will make you laugh, but it'll also make you think. And so Marlon has a great talent to be able to bring some of these topics up that gets you kind of thinking as he's kind of breaking things down for you. Definitely solid in that part.
It ain't a system if one guy could stop it. Average Joe getting fucked by Mancho while Biden watches. Them student loans, the ropes around yo and I's pockets. Pay to learn to be in debt while the wealthy guys profit. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. A lot of the debt that locks a lot of people down. Yeah. Very few that benefit from that are taking those dollars.
Hypocrisy, monotony, every race judge each other but all agree on misogyny. Internet revolutionary, shooting off technology. Act like you a fraud soon as you try to affect policy. Yeah. Whole generation of look at me, I read Marx but work for a corporation. Everything performative, I ain't different. I sit on the left but got way more to give. Instead I'm taking my first, I'm not broke checks to buy throwback jerseys that we just couldn't afford as kids. My inner child trying to be glorious too. Just like you, my trauma hurts, we all damaged goods. But I'm just saying there's a lot that if we can, we should. Got us to conflate mass production with quality and fame with validation. They like if everybody ain't love it, they wouldn't make it. Nah, it's they no love it or not that you gonna take it, cause only ego is sacred to you. Live on its flimsy branches but don't really know all of the roots of your behavior, do you? And most of corporate spokespeople, they just say shit through you. People lying on toxic shit they ain't do to influence you and get paper through you. Yeah.
That's that's so on point on a lot of different things they actually put there. I mean, the whole thing about fooling the American people is giving them the shiny object to focus on, and then they can't realize all the other stuff that has taken place. He's just kind of, he breaks it down so well in how he's actually describing stuff. When you sit there and you listen to the lyrics, he just pretty much puts the stuff out there that catches you. You have to go back sometimes to listen to some of the stuff he's putting out there, but if you are paying attention to it, I mean, it makes you think, and that's what I enjoy. It's the cerebral part of how Marlon puts the music down.
Underneath the hatred, who you? It ain't so hard to pronounce a pronoun, dog. We ain't know then what we know now, dog. Don't even know you. Focus on what you like your ass called. At the same time, acting like them changes gonna be profound when ain't a verb in sight. Cause it's amateur night and only shit that's turning pros nouns. More things, more stars, more rings. Lot of empty gestures. You had some values when you was young. Lot of empty nesters. A lot of let's be betters, but a lot of get these checks first. A lot of attention seeking disguise this hefty efforts. A lot of diamond chains disguise this hefty net worth. A lot of big chested dudes behind desks who forgot the legwork.
Hold on, I gotta go back to that there on the little chains thing. I kind of like that little line there because a lot of people go out there and they get that big chain, so to speak, and they think they're actually doing something, but they're not really doing as much as they think they're doing.
Tight, cause it's amateur night and only shit that's turning pros nouns. More things, more stars, more rings. A lot of empty gestures. You had some values when you was young. A lot of empty nesters. A lot of let's be betters, but a lot of get these checks first. A lot of attention seeking disguise this hefty efforts. A lot of diamond chains disguise this hefty net worth. A lot of big chested dudes behind desks who forgot the legwork. We all gon' be revealed eventually. Little time to fix it all. We in need of centuries. Rather smile in the fire than languish in levity. Except it's not the enemy. Fighting is longevity. Win or lose for skeptics be. We just can't be letting we go. Try and be the version of me that's for us. Cause living in them shallow waters lead to a deep mistrust. Yeah. Healing's not a feeling, it's a process. Progress not an object, it's a concept. Humanity's a conscience, not a contest. It's time we confess, cause they've been putting on a show. And we've been on set from the onset, but smiling in the face of woe and keep going's all we gon' get for catharsis. And that's enough, trust me, to make it underneath all of the fear where the love be. That's where I'm trying to go, and I'd love company. So whatever feel inevitable in this young country, we still got a choice, you still got a voice. Time to change, so them trophies that they still trying to hoist. Going down swinging don't mean you can't go down living. So I'ma live it to the end. Even if I got no saying when, I got the how, and you won't find that on the fence. You won't find that on the fence, motherfucker, no. Ain't a big God guy, but if she exists and was trying to teach us about us, we're more perfect than this.
Kind of like how he slid in there. If she exists. Wow. A lot of powerful stuff in there that Marlon's actually dropping. Kind of leaves you in awe a little bit, just hearing some of the stuff that he's actually putting out there. You know, this isn't the stuff that gets that radio play, but it's that stuff that makes you think. So, you know, people are out there listening to all these other artists that are just talking about BS, basically. I would love to see more of this type of stuff out there. I grew up at a time as a Gen Xer where we had independent radio, and we did have these kind of things coming out more into the airways again before corporations took over a lot of stuff. So shout out to Marlon for putting this together and putting this stuff down on wax, because he hits with a lot of good key concepts. I would definitely say you might want to go back and listen to this, and I'll put the link to the original full video down in the description as well, where it's uninterrupted with me talking and bringing in my viewpoint. But yeah, definitely a powerful message for sure.
As we prioritize band-aids for ourselves and next of kin, instead of trying to heal world wounds that are generations in. This COVID here to stay, cause all we think about is me, and can't envision I as one in the global community. Our demise will be that failure, thinking we can hoard science. Our inaction is action, thinking we can ignore violence. A team only as good as its 12th man's health, and we've been raping and pillaging our bench for centuries. Welcome to the repercussions, possibly the end, and we finger pointing to avoid that we our own enemies. What if instead of pretending we harness that fight and that fuel to be all that we pretend to be? You'll always be waiting if you wait until you ready, be. I'm looking in the mirror like, when you gonna set you free?
Wow, that was pretty powerful. I'm gonna go back and listen to that again, just because I want to kind of listen to it fully through without me kind of thinking on it as well, and just kind of listening and getting more involved on it. But a lot of stuff that he actually hit on there, right on point. Let me know what you guys think of it by dropping a comment below as well. This video, I'm shooting this here in 2024. I think it was done 2 years ago when he did this song. So it still has so much relevance as to what we're looking at now today. And just thinking about that last part there, instead of us just thinking about just us as the individual, what we could do together as a group could be a lot more powerful for sure. Thanks for checking out the reaction here. Thank you, Mike, for suggesting it, and appreciate you for the donation as well to the channel. You guys have other donations, you guys have other suggestions you want me to check out, please feel free to do so. You don't have to donate, but Mike was kind enough to do so. But if you want to check out some of the links, you can check those out in the description as well. But some great stuff there, and something to definitely ponder on. Look forward to catching up with you guys next time. Peace.